All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And first and foremost, before I hop into this lesson, I would like to give all praises to the Most High and their true Paleo Hebrew names in the Paleo Hebrew tongue. So with that, I would like to say, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Bahashim, Ha Rakah, Kodash, Mahamaf. Double honors to the apostle and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Ahar One, Ben Yasharallah. And shalom to you brothers and sisters pushing and keeping this truth and faith and the sincerity into the end, man. All right. So as you can see from this picture, this is a sign, that's posted in the grass, right in front of where we hold camp at on Saturdays, man. And as you see, the sign reads, restoration still in progress. All right. So I just wanted to get that definition of restoration. and it's funny because that sign, it's planted pretty much right in front of the camp, like right where we set up camp at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking at it spiritually, man. The Lord is still in the act of restoration, restoring his elect. You know what I'm saying? Men, women, children, those that sincerely believe in that restoration being a process, an ongoing process. But it says restoration, an act of restoring or the condition of being restored, such as a bringing back to a former position or condition, man. All right. And that's exactly what the Lord is doing with that hopeful elect, man, restoring them to a former condition, man, ultimately righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Being pure in the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. All right. And ultimately, that restoration is going to be complete. You know what I'm saying? We receive those new bodies, man. And the laws are written in our inward parts, and we are one with the Father, and he is one with us, you know what I'm saying, in totality, But it says, again, an act of restoring or the condition of being restored, such as a bringing back to a former position or condition, man. All right. So, again, that's what the Lord is doing. With the nation of Israel, starting with the hopeful elect, man, those first fruits, restoring Israel to its former position, you know what I'm saying, of being that righteous nation upon the earth, man, ruling the earth in righteousness, you know what I'm saying, according to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, through his spirit, and that's starting with, the first fruits, that hopeful elect, and the 1/3, you know what I'm saying, restoring their minds and their hearts, you know what I'm saying, back unto the Father, in totality, you know what I'm saying? And then it's going to be fully restored, in the kingdom, man, when 2/3 of our people are brought back, you know what I'm saying, on this earth through the loins of the elect and those first fruits, So the Lord is restoring his nation, man, again, starting with that hopeful elect, man, the first fruits, those that sincerely believe and are striving and pushing for this truth, man. All right, they're being restored, you know what I'm saying, in front of the eyes of the world, man, and which leads me to my first precept. All right, so this is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. I'm starting at verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. All right, because nobody said that restoration process, you know what I'm saying, would be easy, man. It's a lot that goes into being restored, being renewed, So it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, man. So just know that, that restoration process is occurring, man. So whatever is brought upon you, you know what I'm saying, if the Lord is restoring you, nothing that's brought upon you is to hinder you, or to, nothing that's brought upon you is to hinder you, but ultimately to aid in your restoration, man. You know what I'm saying? Being restored, being made, you know what I'm saying, pleasing in the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. And it says, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. All right, and the point is in verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity, man. All right, so it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity, man. So just like when you dig up gold or you find gold, it goes through gold also goes through a restoration process, man, because all the impurities and the alloys, the dirt, the mud, it got to be, burnt off and burnt out of that gold. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, for it to be refined and restored into that fine gold. All right. So the Lord is doing the same thing with his men, man, that hopeful elect, that sincerely believe on his name, man. That gold is being refined or restored in the furnace of adversity, man. All right, that purging process, that restoration process, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, that process ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that fire get hot. Those adversities come heavy, and it seems like the closer we get, the hotter that fire get, the harder it get. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, that gold is gonna be made to stand. You know what I'm saying? And all the other things, the impurities, you know what I'm saying, the all the alloys and the dirt, the mud, all of those things are gonna be burnt off and burnt away. So the only thing that's left standing is that fine gold, man, as it's being brought through that restoration process. All right, man. It's a song I used to listen to. It's a lyric. It say a diamond in the rough, still trying to wash off all this mud. All right, and that's exactly what the Lord is doing to his elect, man. He washing all the mud and the dirt and the all of those things off of that precious jewel, that diamond. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still a diamond underneath. You know what I'm saying? It just, all that other stuff got to get knocked off first, man. It got to be cleaned off first, and that's what the Lord is doing to his elect, man. He restoring them, man. He purifying them. You know what I'm saying? He cleansing them. All right. And then that lead me to my next precept. This is the book of James, chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and the latter rain," man. All right. So it says, be patient, therefore, because that restoration process, you know what I'm saying, is only finished when the Lord say it's finished. You know what I'm saying? It's an ongoing thing. So you got to be patient, man, because it may not seem to be moving how you would like it to. You know what I'm saying? Or how you would wish it to. But point being, it's still going on, it's still happening. So you got to be patient and knowing that it's according to the will of the Lord when that gold is ready to be taken out the fire. You know what I'm saying? When all those imperfections and impurities and things are burnt off. You know what I'm saying? And again, what's made standing and what's left is just that fine, pure gold, man. All right, so you got to be patient, right, and aid in that restoration process, man, by being patient. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, until the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and the latter rain," man. So the Lord himself, man, has long patience, you know what I'm saying, for that gold to be refined and restored. All right. Literally, like building a sword, man. It's some cultures, certain cultures, like Japanese cultures, man. When you go into the making of a sword, it takes months to make a single sword. Matter of fact, to make the single blade of the sword, and then you add the handle and the guard and all the fittings and the accessories. But just for the blade itself, man, can take up to months for a single sword. Whereas you can go to other cultures throughout the earth and throughout history, and man, they can make a sword in the afternoon or a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? So it all goes according to the will of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? When that process, you know what I'm saying, when that refining and restoration process is done. All right. And it says, "Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruits of the earth, and have long patience for it." And the precious fruits of the earth is ultimately that elect and the 1/3 that sincerely believe, man. All right. Being sealed and solidified in they faith and in they understanding, and their standing within the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and in their calling and in their purpose. All right. So the Lord himself waiteth patiently. You know what I'm saying? So, he's sitting and he watching the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? He tilling and he's stoking the fire, man, and watching for that perfect moment. You know what I'm saying? To pull that gold up out of there, to pull that sword up out of there, per se. All right. So, point being with this precept is, it goes according to the will of the Lord, man. And you got to be patient. All right. Move not in haste. Don't lean on your own thoughts, man. Be patient. Trust the Lord, and trust that restoration process is happening, man. All right. All right. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 24. It says, it's the book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 24. It says, faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, for the Lord Almighty is God alone, and besides him there is no other Savior, man. Right? So faint not to be strong in the Lord, man. Faint not to be that precious gold, that refined gold, that restored gold. You know what I'm saying? Faint not to be strong in the Lord. And just going back to the sword analogy, man, if you don't heat treat and temper the blade properly, once it's taken out of the fire, that blade is going to be brittle. You know what I'm saying? You go to strike with it, to block with it, that blade is going to break, it's going to crack. All right. So you gotta you have to be patient in that process, and knowing that the Lord gonna properly, purge that gold and properly so like it properly heat, that sword and temper it so that blade can be strong, and it bends rather than breaks under pressure. You know what I'm saying? And it says faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, right? You don't want to depart from the Lord, man. You want to cleave unto the Lord evermore. All right, especially as the days get closer and closer, you want to cleave unto the Lord, not stray away from him, man. You know what I'm saying? Cleave unto him and continue to trust in that restoration process. All right. It says, cleave unto him, for the Lord Almighty is God alone, and besides him there is no other Savior, man. All right, so there's no other Savior, man, for the hell that's about to break loose on this place, man, on this earth. All right. Famines, extreme food shortages, man. All right, sedition among men, riots, people rising up against the government, race wars, civil wars, nation against nation, man. All right. Different plagues and diseases and pestilence coming upon this place, and ultimately that the hour of temptation, man, that MOTB, the C-hip, that Esau is going to come down on everybody with, to where if you don't take that, that the book of Revelation speaks of, you won't be able to buy or sell and ultimately live in this place, this society. All right. The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the only Savior out of those said things, man. All right. So faint not to be strong in the Lord. And then one more analogy I wanted to use, man, is like going to the gym, man. All right. It's like going to the gym. You're not gonna faint, what I'm saying, at going to the gym, man, because you want to see the results. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the physical results. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel stronger, you want to look better, you want to be healthier, right? You're gonna faint not to be strong because you want those results to yield themselves, man, in due time. So it's the same thing for the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Don't leave the Lord's gym, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up and stop showing up to the Lord's gym, man. You know what I'm saying? So you can continue to be built up and get stronger and stronger within the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, ultimately so that you may be confirmed, you know what I'm saying, and found worthy for salvation, man. All right, so it says, come on, man, I get it one more time. This book of Sirach, Salakia, chapter 24 and verse 24. Faint not to be strong in the Lord, that he may confirm you. Cleave unto him, for the Lord Almighty is God alone, and besides him there is no other Savior, man. All right, so, man, don't faint. Be patient upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Trust in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and also, man, trust the signs, man. You know what I'm saying? Trust the signs from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua and through his spirit. You know what I'm saying? That restoration process is still ongoing. It's continuing, and it's going to continue ultimately until the Lord say it is done. All right. Restoration is still in progress, man. Trust the signs. All right. Continue to stay faithful and strive for the truth unto death, man. You know what I'm saying? And be patient in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Be patient with yourself as well. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.